institution. At this time, we're just going to just go into a short devotion. And I'd want to read for you Psalms 1. Most of us know it, but it echoes a particular sentiment that I want us to look at. It said, blessed is the man who does not walk in the counsel of the wicked, nor stand in the way of sinners, nor sit in the seat of mockers. But his delight is in the law of the Lord, and in his law he meditates day and night. He is like a tree planted by streams of water, which yields its fruit in season, and whose leaf does not wither. Whatever it does prospers. Not so the wicked, they are like chaff that the wind blows away. Therefore the wicked will not stand in judgment, nor sinners in the assembly of the righteous. For the Lord watches over the way of the righteous, but the way of the wicked will perish. And I want to thank you for choosing to be with us, because I want to look at the perspective of us as being the blessed man. Because I think that what we have to offer in turn for our children, we want to offer them the best. We also want to offer them the best institution. So we want to look at ourselves as being blessed, and the blessed man who walks not in the ways of the unrighteous, but who seeks good counsel and seeks good advice. And that's what we're here to provide at Excelsior in primary and infant school. We're here to provide the best advice, the best counsel, the best education to our children. And it's a partnership between the parents and the children. It's a partnership that we're all involved in. And we want to make that at the outset, that is our involvement, our participation. For us to be successful in life, we have to be willing to participate. We have to be willing to get involved. So as we look at the psalmist makes a point that blessed is the man who does not walk in the counsel of the wicked. We want to see ourselves as part of that counsel. We are walking in the counsel that is righteous, that is just, and that is pure. So let's bow our heads in prayer as we give thanks for this meeting. Great Father and God, we're thankful that we can assemble as many persons as we are at this time, representative of the Excelsior Primary and Infant School. There are so many persons here in attendance. We are grateful for this, our first PTA meeting of the year. That so many of us have been here, and despite the pandemic, despite what is happening, but you have always provided resources for us to meet, and technology has afforded us that resource that we can meet in a manner that is even far greater than many of the PTA meetings that we have had in the past, in-face PTA meeting. We're grateful for the opportunity for the new executive that are come on board and are here to serve. We're grateful for the new parents and all of us that are involved in this institution. We pray for a productive meeting. We pray for an engaging meeting. We pray for a meeting that is filled with information that is synergistic and is applicable for our understanding and for our progress moving forward as an institution. We commit everything to you. We ask your blessing on the speakers, those who will be asking questions, that the questions and will be cogent and in keeping with the aim and objective of this meeting. We give thanks and we look to you and ask your blessing through Jesus our Lord. Amen. I'm going to call on the secretary. I'm hoping the secretary is in. Secretary is in. Is the secretary here?
You're going to have to ask the assistant secretary, sir.
Okay. Just remind me of the name.
Kenisha.
Right. At this part of the meeting, we're going to ask, Alisa, do you get any information as to anybody who attended apologies? Because I don't see the other members of the exec. I only see one myself.
Yes, good evening. This is Shanti.
Shanti, why are you
Tamara is also here.
Tamara is here.
Hi. Remember that Kenny said that she's going to be a little bit late. The assistant secretary.
Okay.
Yes. And the secretary is still on the road trying to get home to join the meeting.
So the assistant to speak. Will be late. Hello? Shanti?
Yes.
They not very clear. Who you say would be late?
The assistant secretary, I saw it in the group that she says she's going to be a little bit late. That's Kenisha.
Right?
She has something to do, but she says she's going to try and join before the meeting ends.
And that's the assistant secretary said?
Yes.
And the secretary is also not in as yet?
No, she's not in as yet. And your first VP, Mr. Edwards, he's trying to log in just now. So we're going to try and get him
He just called me from Excel. He's actually at the school. He thought it was a face-to-face meeting. Right, so easily. Right. So which one of you could take the minutes for me in the absence of the...
Alisa, take the minutes.
You mean read the minutes?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. We will be reading the minutes. However, there will be the opportunity. We will try to post it for every person to have access to it as well. So minutes of the annual general meeting of the Excelsior PTA of the PTA of Excelsior Infant and Primary School, held October 27, 2020 via Zoom. Present were Mr. Brian Swaby, President, Ms. Antoinette Morrison, First Vice President, Mr. Roland O'Connor, Second Vice President, Mr. Oliver Holness, Principal, Mrs. Shirley Pinnock, Vice Principal, Mrs. Kay Johnson, Head of the Infant Department, Miss Shante Thomas PRO, Miss Tony Ruth Richards, Assistant Secretary, Miss Tamara Lodge, Assistant Treasurer, and Mrs. Alicia Rose Boko, Treasurer. Absent were Mrs. Katie and Catwa Stewart, the Secretary. Call to order. The meeting was called to order at 5:46 p.m. by Mr. Swaby, who chaired the meeting. Devotions were conducted by Mrs. Kay Johnson from the Infant Department. Welcome and apologies. All members were welcomed to the meeting by the principal. Special welcome was extended to the executive members, and in particular, Mr. Swaby, who will no longer serve as PTA president as his child has now transitioned to secondary education. Miss Antoinette Morrison, who will also not serve as BP, as her child has also transitioned to secondary education. Mr. Swaby thanked all the parents for logging into the new format of the PTA meetings, and he acknowledged that while it is still unusual, it still allows the parents to interact with the school, and the school is also able to communicate with parents. He encouraged the parents to give their feedback on any and all issues. Apologies was accepted from Mrs. Catchwell Stewart, who indicated that she would not be able to join the meeting due to internet challenges. Additionally, several teachers indicated that they would not be present at the meeting as well. The principal used the opportunity to acknowledge the teachers that were present. Reading and confirmation of minutes. Apologies were made for the absence of the minutes of the last meeting. Mr. Swaby indicated that there was a difficulty accessing the minutes as the last meeting was in January 2020. Mr. Swaby addressed the parents and firstly expressed his gratitude to the PTA members that worked for the year 2019 to 2020. He indicated that the year turned out less than what was expected due to the impact of COVID-19, and all the restrictions that came with it. Fundraising efforts were not fruitful as anticipated. However, he believes that creative thinking and the efforts from a newly elected executive team will make a big difference for the upcoming school year. And he again asked for the parents to continue their support for the school through their contributions. Treasurer's address. Mrs. Beaufort addressed the parents and informed them of the following. The cash that was as at September 2019, income from fundraiser for December 2019, the general expenses overall, the bank balance that was as at October 2020, and the cash in hand as at October 2020. Mrs. Beaufort thanked the members for the opportunity to have served them. New business. Election of officers and dissolution of executive. The principal indicated that the election of the officers will take place in a few minutes, and he advised that all the positions have been dissolved and all posts that have persons who were not nominated. Who were nominated. Some of the persons nominated were persons serving from the last executive. Mr. Holness told the members that the nominees were all listed on the website, and as best as possible, photographs were produced so that there would be an ease of reference. Voting will be done on the website, and persons would vote only once for each post. Announcement and introduction of nominees. Each nominee was introduced and asked to make a short speech using one adjective to describe themselves. Most of the nominees were present and represented themselves. Online voting by the general PTA. Parents were then given 30 minutes to proceed to the school's website and vote for the officer of their choice. The results of the elections were as follows. President, Roland O'Connor. First VP, Onero Edwards. Second VP, Alfreen Davis. PRO, Shante Thomas. Secretary, Kadian Catwell Stewart. Assistant Secretary, Mrs. Kenisha McLean Hall. Treasurer, Tamara Lodge. Assistant Treasurer, Cheryl Brown Barnes. Mr. O'Connor, in his role as president, was then asked to address the general PTA. Next meeting date. The next meeting date would be announced via the school's website and the other platforms. Adjournment. The motion was moved that the meeting be adjourned at 7:39 p.m. by Mr. Swaby and seconded by Mrs. Beaufort.
I forgot I have to unmute myself. I have to learn it because with the teacher children, you have to mute and unmute. I'm still learning. So grateful, thankful so much, Mrs. Buford, for, rising to the occasion. Very short notice, but we're always grateful you have been an invaluable asset to the PTA, and we're grateful that we could have retained you on the sterling work that you have put in. I want to ask now, are there any matters arising from the minutes that you think is pertinent that we need to discuss?
Sorry, point of order, sir.
Yes.
We need to do corrections, move for it to be accepted, then we move on to matters.
Thanks so much. That's what it is. Move for the acceptance of the minutes.
Someone who was present is allowed to move, and then anyone can second it after that.
I so move for the minutes to be accepted.
I so second it.
I'll second. Okay. Tamara.
Welcome, Tamara.
The noted Principal Holness moved for the minutes to be accepted, and it was
And
seconded by Tamara Lodge.
Okay. Thanks so much. Matters arising? There are no matters that you heard in the minutes a while ago that you would want to have further clarity and matter address?
Sir, one matter would be an update on the contributions, as I remember that it was a heated discussion in the meeting that the contributions was, there were parents who were for and there were parents who were against. But the principal was lamenting that there was not enough funds to do things for the school. And I believe as parents, I am particular, I'm interested to find out if the school has been able to carry on or function in any effective way because parents have now contributed, or is it that is it still a serious matter for this?
Before we ask Principal Holness,
I will respond to your queries when I address the
address. But I just want to say, Principal Holness, from the perspective from where I am, from the last statements that I saw and the report, the contribution stands at 17%. And it's the lowest that we have ever had in the history of the school. So the contributions in terms of PTA contribution was 17% the last time I saw the figures. It's down from, we were normally in the 60%, low of 60%. We're at 17% now. But more will be said on that in the principal address later on. Any other issue from the minutes? Okay, since
Good
there are
evening,
no...
everyone. I have a question. Sorry.
Yes.
Hello, you're hearing me?
We're hearing you loud and clear.
Good evening. I'm sorry to be late. I was at work.
Jessica
I
Barker.
want to know, yes. I'm Nisha James Barker, mother of Jessica Barker. She's in grade 3. I'd like to know when will class, face-to-face class start?
Those will be addressed later. Those will be addressed later.
Okay, I thought, all right.
We're addressing the matters arising from the minutes. Those specific issues will be addressed later in the meeting.
Okay, thank you.
I know that's a burning issue and person want to hear that up front, but those will be addressed later on.
All right, thank you very much.
Oh, great. Any other matters arising from the minutes? Ms. Lopez, you're saying something? No? Case, going to move for the acceptance of the minutes. Alisa, and my point of order is correct?
We covered that point, sir.
We covered that point already. So move on to our next issue.
Which is now introduction of new
members and teachers. Right, right. From my understanding from Principal Holness, there are no new teachers. That's what I remember. Is that so, Principal Holness?
You are indeed correct, Sir President.
Right. So there are no new teachers. So there are new members to the executive. So I'm going to start with the new executive members to give a brief introduction of themselves. We'd prefer that if you show your face, a person know you, raise your hand, show your face if you wish to be sanctified in this case. So that person know the executive. I want to say that Alicia, at the outset, I want to talk about Alicia. Alicia, what's your name again? I always pronounce it wrong, you know.
It is Rose Bofo.
Oh, amen.
We'll
stick with Alisa. That's one is this one. Alisa,
always have a problem to call her name.
Shanti, we only see your eyes. You need to come a little lower. All right, great.
Yes. Only, Lord, you see me better than that.
Right.
Mrs. B.
Right,
Just
Mrs. B.
Yes,
right.
Sir.
Alisa was retained as part of to give advice to the PTA body, because most of the members that are part of were elected as members of the PTA body are new. and there's hardly any continuity. So Alisa has a lot of experience having served on various PTA committees. She was not elected as one of the officers, but we chose to retain her in an advisory position, and she's helping to train the treasurer and the secretary of the department, as well as giving general advice and ratification of documents. So we have retained Alisa in that special position as an advisor to the PTA. And I'd like Alisa to go first and introduce herself. Unmute.
Thank you, sir. For that, sir, you're going to have to practice pronouncing my surname correctly. My husband would really appreciate that.
Yes, eventually.
Just because you picked on me, sir. Thank you very much, Mr. President. I am very grateful for your words and your accolades. Good afternoon, parents of Excelsior Primary and Infant Department. A pleasant afternoon, especially to our principal, Mr. Holness. We have really come to work well with Mr. Holness so far, and I am very excited at his energy and the level of commitment he brings to his office. I would like to greet all the teachers who are present. We're very thankful that you're here. And before I say anything further, I would love to say happy birthday to my son's teacher, Mrs. Brady Jackson. Today is her birthday.
I was planning to sing happy birthday now.
She's my son's teacher, sir. My son's teacher. So she's my teacher.
Co-worker.
I claim her first, sir.
So now I have to quarrel over Mrs. Brady Jackson.
Thank you very much, my lovely parents. Thank you very much.
Happy birthday, Miss Pretty. And really very, very thankful to see so many parents out for the new year. As the president did rightly say, so many persons did not make it over into the new year. So many persons have become despondent based on the situations and all that is going on. I am grateful that our parents, and I'm thankful to God that our parents are still managing and they are turning up when asked to do so. So congratulations. Give yourselves a round of applause. Pat yourself on the back. You are doing a wonderful job. My name is Alicia Rose Bofo, and I have been asked, I will not say forced and cajoled and put a gun to my head to remain on the executive for this year. But I do appreciate that they saw some value in what it is I would be able to bring to the table. Yes, I have served in previous PTAs. I've served for approximately 20 years in various PTAs and at various levels. The highest level attained was the Public Relations Officer for the country of Jamaica for the National Parent Teacher Association. With that came a lot of school visits, a lot of responsibilities, and it really opened my eyes to a lot of information which I believe Excelsior can benefit from. I've never in my 20-something years seen such a cohesive PTA. I have attended PTA meetings at Kingston College, which people consider to be very buoyant and very good. I've attended PTA meetings at the Immaculate Conception High School and watched how it has been held. I've attended PTA meetings all over the actual country, and Excelsior is one of the best PTAs, and the way the administration works with the PTA is the best I have seen so far. So it is really good to know that I am a part of such a wonderful, wonderful team that is willing to work so hard for all the parents and for all the students. So please, parents, if you are hearing me, please understand you have a fantastic team that is working hard for you. Teachers, your principal is outstanding. And all the persons who represent the teachers on the PTA, they are well spoken. They are so cooperative. It speaks very well for you. And I must congratulate you. I look forward to serving you this way possible, because so many things can happen. And I look forward to bringing life in any way to this PTA by the grace of God. And I believe that we have a very strong president who is a solid man of God. And with that, we can believe that God is in charge of where this PTA is going to go. So thank you very much for your confidence, sirs. Thank you very much for your confidence, friends. And I really, really look forward to serving you.
Thank you so much, Alice. I'm some of the accolades I'm gonna allow to pass over. You understand? But I'm grateful, Alice, for the support. I'm grateful for the support. I'm still learning my craft here. I'm still learning. And as we go together, we will learn together. But the aim is to offer our best to the school. The aim is to offer our best to the school, and that's what we're here for, and that's what we'll be seeking to do. Mr. Edwards, you're on now. You're here. Because I'm just not certain who the members of the executive are actually on now.
Yes, I'm in, but I'm actually driving.
Mr. Davis, I can have you to introduce yourself while you're driving.
Of course I can. You don't have to see my face.
All right, go ahead. Go ahead for me. But we don't want you to be in any danger.
No, man, I'm not in any danger, man.
Great.
Yes, my name is O'Neill Edward. First Vice President of the Bar Student Association. My first comment is what COVID has done for us is very excellent, because from I've been around Excelsior, I've never seen 200 parents in a parent teachers meeting.
It's not like 300. It's almost 300.
Almost 300 now. So what we can take from this is moving forward, even when face-to-face come back. We probably have to go use this opportunity to those who can make it in person, and those who join online, and we put the technology in so that this can continue. Because the more person you have involved, the more the message is spread, and the more involved everybody will be when things come up and we need the participation of all the parents. So just look forward to doing things in the new norm, and I will support the president in what he's trying to do, because that is my mandate, to support the president, and I am the president pusher. Anything he sends me to go do, I have to go do. So I'm at his service, and I hope everybody will help us to achieve what we can in this time.
Thanks, Mr. Edwards. I like the concept. I mean that.
President, back to you, sir.
Yeah, I said I like the concept of team. We are one, and we are here to serve as one body. Grateful to have you, Mr. Edwards, and thankful to know that you are up and about. He had an accident recently, but we are grateful to have him up and about with us. Miss Davis, you're in now. Altrin Davis, second vice president. I know she was running late, she said. Apparently not. She's not in it. Shante, we know you're here. PRO.
Yes, I am here. All right, so my name is Shante Thomas.
Shante is not new, as you know.
I am not new, right? Because I thought you said you were introducing the new exec body, but that's okay. That's fine. I'm going anyway.
No, it's a new exec we have to move for this year.
Yes, okay. I am serving, this is my third year. Let me bring this a little higher. Yes. My third year serving on the PTA body. I've been serving and lose my concentration just now. I've worked with the teachers, the principals, vice principals, and parents, and I've listened to parents' concern. At times they will call. And what I would want to say is that parents, we need to, continue to support our children with this new era, this new pandemic, this new life, this new way of learning. Continue to give our children our support in learning. Most of the times it's really hard, but it's hard for the parents, it's hard for the teachers, but we are trying our best, and it's hard for the students, but we're trying our best to make it easier for us. Now, yes, we're going to go back to school. It's coming. It's going to happen. So I'm willing and ready to continue to serve on the board, to assist all the members on the team. And Mr. O'Connor, as you know, you can always call upon me. And Alicia, as she know as well, and everybody else, Mr. Wholeness, and so on. So, I mean, I'm the go-getter type that I will always try working. I am not so much a woman of many words. Sometimes, just speaking and to myself, my tongue. But the action, that is me. Always doing the work, but not a woman enough to talk much. So I will serve, and I will continue to serve as long as my children is at school, and as long as I've been elected. All right, over to you, Mr. O'Connor.
Thank you very much, Shanti. Thank you very much. We now go to the secretary, Kadian Catwell Stewart. Kadian, she's down there in the right. Kadian. Kadian is not there. I see Tamara, the secretary, the treasurer, Tamara Lodge.
Hello, everyone. Good evening to all the PTA board, all the members, all the teachers, the principal, vice principal, guardians. Good evening, as I agree to here. I'm grateful for the chance to be here today. I'm grateful to be on the board. It's my second time serving, first time as treasurer. I have some very big shoes to fill because why Alicia? But I'm here to work. I'm willing to serve. I am dedicated to the job that I was elected to do. I am also not a person of many words, but as long as you call on me, I'm ready, I'm up, and I'm about to go. I'm a very big team player. I like to see success in whatever I'm doing. So I will work hard. And I'm grateful for the opportunity. So thank you very much for the chance to serve.
Thank you much, Tamara. There are any other members of the executive that are there? I don't know. I can't see you from this perspective. Assistant Secretary, Miss Tanisha McLean, all is here. No?
Good afternoon, everyone.
You're there? Okay, right, good. Go ahead and introduce yourself. And
hello, everyone. My name is Mrs. Cheryl Brown Barnes. I am the parent of Shiloh Barnes, a grade 5 student. She's in grade 5, Finn Dawson. I am the assistant.
Miss Brown Barnes. I need to introduce you. Miss Brown Barnes is the assistant treasurer, was appointed assistant treasurer. Right.
Yes, as I was saying, I am parent of Shiloh Barnes. She's a grade 5 student. She's in Mrs. Finn Dawson's class. I would like to say respect in 100 ways to Mrs. Finn Dawson, who is always on the ball. She's very attentive, always present. Good afternoon to all the teachers, those who are on vacation. Mr. President, Mr. VP, good afternoon. Parents, fellow classmates of my daughter, because I realize that some of the children are actually zooming in with their parents. Mr. Principal, welcome to Excelsior Primary School. I know that you chose the school of choice to be a principal, and You are welcomed. All the auxiliary staff, supporting members of staff. I was chosen to be the assistant treasurer. Thanks to all those who voted. It is a job that it comes with volunteerism, and with that, I am here to serve in whatever capacity I can. The aim is to please. I am just, I would not say disappointed because the Lord has so much in store for all of us, and some of them are very much unforeseen, as like this pandemic. So we're trying as an exec body to actually do as best as we can into this short space that we have. We are asking you parents to just cooperate with us. Whatever concerns you have, you can maybe ask for our numbers directly or our emails. I am sure the office will facilitate same. I just want to say your support is welcomed by us. We can't do it alone. We need we need we need encouragement. We also need for you to actually voice yourselves. This is what we are here for. We are here to listen. We are here to learn. We are here to accommodate. Welcome everyone again. And I am very thankful that I was given this opportunity to serve. Mr. O'Connor, back to you.
Thanks very much, Mrs. Brown. Grateful that you have chosen Excelsior. I know you outlined your story to us, and and it was kind of one of those moving stories. And I'm grateful to have you at Excelsior. And I know you're deserving. This is your final year there, and so we will try and extract as much as we can from you.
No, it's not our final year. It's not.
Not our final year.
No.
You have a few more?
I am at grade 5, sir.
Oh, you're close.
We are in the same class.
No, Shante, you have Shante, you have a whole heap. Don't worry about that. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, executive team. I won't
just like you, Mr.
No, I'll just address that later on. Just address that later on. But I know the moment all of us have been anticipating, dying, literally tripping over because what we want to hear. We'll now be hearing. We're going to call on our new school principal. But on the new business, there are many things that he will be capturing this evening. He's like a main speaker. Did I see my, at this time, I think I should have before I move, I should move to my parent corner. Hold on, Mr. President. I think I should move to my parent corner. Hello? I'm not hearing anybody.
We're hearing you, sir. You can go ahead.
Our guidance counselor is here.
Yes, I'm here, Mr. Connor.
Shante, you want to do me the honors of introducing our guidance counselor?
Yes.
Thank you very much. I almost.
Yes.
I know you know everybody, Shante.
Our guidance counselor, Miss Atkinson, this lovely lady, this heartwarming lady that most of us, all of our students know, most of our parents know. She will be doing our parent corner. We are grateful for her tonight, and we hope that we learn and we adapt and we ascertain everything that she has to say tonight. Over to you, Miss Atkinson.
Thank you very much, Shante. Good evening, everyone.
Okay.
Are you hearing me?
Loudly, clearly.
Yes.
All right, awesome. Good evening, everyone. I know that welcome has already been extended, but I want to just extend my personal share of welcome one and all. I know for some persons it may have been a hectic day, but nevertheless, you are here and we are all grateful for that. Now, since this pandemic, it has brought a lot of uncertainty, a lot of chaos, a lot of stress. Some persons get a little bit miserable. You feel like you're losing your mind, and everything just seems so chaotic, right? And we can't make sense of it sometimes, all right? So, in our parent corner this evening, I just want to share a few tips just to help you. All right, some persons may need to just use one or two tips, and others you may need to just use a combination approach or a combined approach. All right. Now, the first tip I want to share with you, parents, it is important to take care of you, right? You cannot give effectively to someone else unless you take the time to take care of you, right? So everything mentally, physically, everything about your well-being, you need to take time to take care of that before you can effectively give to your child, to your children, to another parent, to your workplace. So remember to take care of you. It is important. Now, secondly, I want you to take the time to recognize your child's feeling. I'm going to say that one again. Take the time to recognize your child's feeling. Now, sometimes we have the tendency to push them aside and say, well, you're a child, you don't have any problem. What could you be possibly thinking about? But guess what, parents? Just as how this pandemic has impacted us, it has also impacted our children. They want to come back to school. They want to see their teachers. They want to see their friends. They want to be able to go outside and play freely. So, guess what? You are going to take the time to recognize what is happening. Allow them to talk to you, right? You may not be able to go to some of the fun places because of the restrictions and the curfew hours, but take some time just to hear what they are saying. And in doing so, then you're better able to connect with them. You know how they are feeling, what they are experiencing. Because when you take the time to talk to your children, parents, you understand what's happening in the head, right? We're not mind readers, so we need people to express to us. And in so doing, we're able to have a better understanding, and it will also help to strengthen the parent child relationship. Now, the third one says, offer an extra hug. And you may be thinking, Miss Atkins, so why do we need to offer an extra hug? Sometimes even as adults, we feel like we need a hug sometimes. We feel a little bit lonely. We feel like we're just going on a journey nobody understands. And sometimes children get there too. All right. So offer an extra hug. So even if you used to hug them in the mornings before you leave, so you're going double up on it. When you get in from work, you're going to double up on it. So offer extra hug. Let them know that, listen, even though we are experiencing the pandemic, there's still love. They are not alone, because you see, sometimes it can be a little bit lonely learning online, because it's not the same experience face to face, where yes, you're seeing your teachers and they're seeing their peers, but it's not the same experience. So everything that you can do, parents, I am encouraging you to offer that extra hug. Now, the next one says, be positive. And throughout this pandemic, we have been hearing about a lot of death. We have been hearing a lot of things that cause us even to feel fearful, right? And if you think too much on it, you don't even want to go outside your gate, right? But I am encouraging you this evening, parents, think positively. So, positive mindset, positive results. I repeat that one. Positive mindset, positive results. So, in the midst of the chaos, in the midst of everything that is happening, I am encouraging you to think positive. Every day may not be good, but guess what? There is something good in every day. When you take the time to do your reflection, you can find that one thing that you can be positive about. And guess what? If your child senses that you are just all about positive energy and positive vibes, then guess what? Eventually, they are going to grasp that, and they are going to be positive also. All right? So, positive mindset, positive results. The next one says, seek help. And sometimes we're afraid to seek help because we don't want people to laugh at us. We don't want people to say that, then she really asked that. He never know that, or she never know this. But guess what? I am encouraging you, parents, ask for help. You see, networking, parents, it is very important because we don't know everything. So guess what? You have a fellow parent number or even persons from the PTA exec. You have something that you need help with, right? Probably you need a strategy in helping your child online. Connect, network, ask for help. No man is an island, right? No man stands alone. We're human, and even it doesn't matter the amount of information that we gather, we still need each other. All right, so don't be afraid to ask for help. And we are the last one, and it says, get involved. Don't be afraid to get involved. All right, you have something to offer. Each and every one of us, even though we have similarities, but we have differences. And that is what makes us unique. That's what makes us special. And so guess what? Don't just sit and say, well, I don't have anything to offer to Excelsior. Think about it. And if you think about it deeply, if you take some time to reflect, then you'll realize that, guess what? I have something to offer. And just another point on getting involved. We may not understand everything that the teachers may be doing online, right? For some of us, we're still learning the whole technological aspect. But guess what? Sit with your child, know what is happening, be in the know. Even if you don't understand everything, eventually you will get there. Thank you so much for listening, my Excelsior Primary and Infant School parents. And guess what? Always remember, we're going to get through COVID together. Blessings. It was a pleasure being here with you. Over to you, Mr. President. Thank you.
Mrs. Atkinson, we want to say thanks on behalf of the General PTA body. We're grateful for you taking the opportunity this evening to share with us and share with us in meaningful ways that I know that all of the parents can appreciate. I say Andre Kerr out there and his son, doing all of what you were saying a while ago. So he's really enjoying it. And the information was pertinent, well received based on the time that we're in. Thankful and grateful again.
You're most welcome, sir.
Thanks. We're just gonna keep the meeting rolling, and true to my name, new business. On the new business, we're gonna be looking at some things: update on school reopening, school financial situation and the way forward, proposal mandate from the Ministry of Health. I must say, just at the outset, that Excelsior, the school today, was passed fit by the Ministry of Health for face-to-face, for the resumption of face-to-face. But that will be further discussed. But I just want to throw that part, that good news out there, so the energies can go up. But we're going to call on our new principal, Mr. Holness. He has been with us for a while. He's seemingly not new anymore, because he has been doing so much at the school since his inception and since he started out there. I want to welcome him on board now officially from the PTA body and from the PTA executive to address and to discuss these pertinent issues that I know that we are waiting on.
Good afternoon, parents and teachers and our students who are present. I'm going to ask all the parents who are hearing my voice just to open your cameras and give me a little wave. I know you all have some burning questions. I know you all want to take me on. I know some of you are not pleased with some of what is being said and how the meeting is going on. But because I've gotten the calls, I've seen the messages, but nevertheless, we will proceed. I'm not seeing my parents. I'm opening. All right. I seen it. I seen Pauline Campbell. All right. I seen Ariana. I seen French. I seen Mr. Mills. Oh Lord, what a welcome. I seen Jordiana, Sterling, Mom, Ashley. Oh Lord. Beautiful, beautiful. All right. I want to add my welcome to all the parents who are here. when I logged on at exactly 5:30, Mr. President, I saw almost 100 people online, and I turned off at the camera and I almost run out of my room because I started to get nervous. And once you see so many parents, I know they're coming for information, but nevertheless, we will proceed. So I want to welcome all of you. Thank you for coming. My teachers are here. I'm just going to acknowledge them. We have a very good teaching staff. This particular month, we have quite a number of our teachers celebrating birthday. Today, we know we have Mrs. Brady Jackson, we had Mrs. Nain, we had Mrs. Naismith, we have our guidance counselor who just who gave us such encouraging words. And I hope I don't leave out any of. We had Mrs. Walcott Johnson also who celebrated birthday. So I want to welcome our teacher. Thank you all for coming out. I know you are standing beside me as support as we continue into our meeting. This won't be a very long meeting, and we have had one or two sad moments. We have had a teacher who had lost her father. We have had a student also who had lost her father, Jordiana Sterling. As we speak, we have another grade 1 boy. Miss Turner, you can just tell us his name. We need to really pray him up. He's presently in the hospital. He'll be in the hospital for a very long time. So COVID, comes to us with a number of challenges, but thanks be to God, we are pressing along. Now, we have since our last meeting, our board has changed, not only the PTA executive board, but the overall school board. Now remember, my address or my little talk with you this evening is to just bring you up to speed with what is happening, and it will be comprehensive, but it will be short, after which I will take some of your questions, and then we will go back over to our president. Now, our board has since changed. Most of you would have known that Mrs. Carby from the Carlong Publishing Company, she was our chairman, and the life of the board came to an end December 31st. We have a new board chairman. Her name is Dr. Charlotte Rookwood Brown. So remember that, parents. That is your board chairman, and remember, you are represented on the board by your president, and we are going to ensure that you parents have easy access to members of the executive, the PTA exec, so you can hear whatever concerns or whatever comments that you need to make, because we need to pull it up to date. Now, so we have a new board chairman. You will be meeting her at the next board meeting. I will invite her over just to bring words of welcome to you. She is a retiree, a Methodist member board, a Methodist church member, very well respected lady, and we want to take the time out to welcome her at the next PTA meeting. Now, the last meeting that we had, I could not have updated you on what is happening regarding the Ministry of Health. However, since then, we have had 2 inspections from the Ministry of Health. They came here sometime in December, if my memory serves me correct, yes. And they did a comprehensive tour of the school, and they graded us unsatisfactory. Now, that was very demotivating for me as your principal. Now, parents, we scored 95 out of 100, but yet still we were unsatisfactory. Now, we found that very, 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 very funny. However, the reason for that was just prior to them coming, our fire extinguishers needed to be serviced. And as a result, they mentioned to us that we need to get them serviced and also to purchase new fire extinguishers. Now, we had to ensure that we got that up and running, and also our isolation rooms for both the infant and the primary, we needed to get that on stream. Now, we have since purchased over $100,000 worth of fire extinguishers, and we have serviced them, and now we need to get them mounted. So they are at the school, we have purchased them, they are at the school, and it is now time for us to mount them. So we are going to, we had to do that. They visited us. In addition to that, we had to get our isolation room up and running, and that cost us another set of money that we had to dig deep to find. As a result of that, they mark us down. They came back yesterday. Thanks be to God, we are now compliant, fully compliant by the Ministry of Health. And I think all of your parents need to give us a virtual clap for getting the school fully compliant. I need to see the claps. That's the first thing. And if I don't see the claps, thank you, Miss Shante. I want to see the virtual claps. If I don't see it, I'm not saying anything further, my lovely parents. All right, beautiful. So we are now fully compliant by the Ministry of Health. We still have some work to do. However, that is okay. We will get it done. So we have an isolation room. We have gotten the bed in. We have the hand washing station. In addition to that, we had to ensure that the auditorium parents, it will have to be used as additional classroom. So we also had to get that up and running, and we had to make some partitions for it, which cost us over almost $60,000 just to get the partitions. They are there at the school. Those who would have come in and collected some books, you would have seen the partitions there. So where the Ministry of Health is concerned, we are fully compliant. Thanks to my team, Ms. Johnson, who spent the day on the road on Friday to make sure that things are fully in place, and it is a team effort, and we want to thank everybody who had contributed to that. Now, parents, we also have been given a donation of 2 1,000-gallon tanks that we will have to mount to ensure that we have enough water on the grounds. We have them, and if there are any parent on this platform who you are a plumber, a certified plumber, and you want to help, please contact us, because we will have to get that mountain, because the whole hand washing will come into serious play when school resume. Now, for those parents also who are fully aware of how the school is situated, at the back of the building, that new building that we are putting up, is what we call the manse. And we had to demolish that building because the plan is to have it as a holding area for you parents. We have spent the 3 schools, the Excelsior High, the community college, and the primary, we all had to equally pay the cost of it, which was quite a substantive amount. That was done sometime in the summer. However, we had to find the cost to get that building done. It is down. We paid some money the other day to clean up that area, and we have to get it ready, because when we return face to face, the holding area is now going to come into serious effect. Additionally, just on the whole plant update, we have been gifted with some computers from a past student. We have been given 8 and we will receive more. Now, it is very interesting that the past student, who is also a past student of the high school, was donating to the high school. And one of my very hardworking member of staff, Mrs. Brady Jackson, saw him and said, well, you all need to come and make some contribution to us over at the primary school. And through her engagement with him, he came, he looked, he made a contribution, he installed those computers, and he said he will be coming back to make another donation. So we want to say thank you to our past students, and those who are not on board, we are going to get you on board. And also thanks to Mrs. Brady Jackson for using her initiative to get him to help us. Now, reopening. I would have met with my grade 6 parents some time ago last term, and we put a proposal to them. My grade 6 parents, they weren't very comfortable. Since then, we have done some adjustments. Now, parents, we are fully compliant, and I have spoken to the education officer. We have sent off our documents yesterday. The moment we got the go ahead from the Ministry of Health, we have now sent it off to the Ministry of Health, to the Ministry of Education, and they will now contact me and signal to me if and when I can open the school face to face. Now, parents, it's very important that we understand what is happening. Yesterday alone, 141 new cases. For those who have listened the news since evening, we have had schools that have reopened and have shut back their doors because of the spread of the disease, this virus at the school. Persons have caught the disease, the virus rather, and they have to close. So we being COVID compliant doesn't mean that tomorrow morning or next week we are going to reopen. However, this is the plan that we discuss as a staff, and I'm going to share it briefly with you. And I will just take about 5 minutes of questions regarding the reopening. Now, priority will be given to our students who are doing their PEP. And I'm just going to ask Mrs. Brady Jackson now to just quickly, if you have the dates there, just to remind us of the dates for our exam in February. Mrs. Brady Jackson, could you remind us of the date? Not?
Yes, sir. Sir, good afternoon, colleague. Good evening, rather. Good evening, parents. Our first exam, February 23rd. Just a few weeks from here. That's our first exam, the ability exam. February 23rd.
All right. Now, that's the first exam. Now, as far as I'm concerned, that exam is still on. We have not been communicated to, and we have to give preference to our grade 6 students. Now, parents, this is how we are going to do it. And while we are open to suggestions, we still have time to alter what we are going to do as we go along. Now, the school will be divided into 2 groups. Each class, 2 groups, Group A and Group B. The infant, they will come in for the duration of the day. So once we get the go-ahead to open, the infants, they will come in for full day. They will not be grouped. We have the space and we can accommodate them. And if Miss Walcott Johnson is here, she will support or she's free to chip in at any time. Now, for the rest of the school, grades 1 to 6, each class will be divided into Group A and Group B. Why? We don't have the space. We don't have the space. The number of classrooms, we don't have it. It was our intention to have the new building ready to accommodate additional classes. We have not been given the help from the Ministry of Education. I've spoken to the building officer yesterday, and he said to me that he is trying to put me on the budget for the new financial year. And for those of us who know government, the new financial year starts September 1. Nobody correcting me?
April 1.
Thank you, Miss
I think it's April,
Mrs.
right?
Five. At least
Yes.
one person is listening. Right. The new financial year is April 1. So he said we are on it, the budget for then. So we can't plan on it. Now, we are contemplating a shift. Grades 1 to 3, Group A will come in Mondays and Tuesdays at 7:30 to 11:30. Group B for grade 1 to 3, they will come in Wednesdays and Thursdays. On Fridays, we will go back online and we will have to do a complete cleaning of the grounds for the next week. The grades 4 and 5, Group A will come in 12:30 to 4, and Group B will come in at Wednesdays and Thursdays at 12:30 to 4. The grade 6 students will come in all day. This is how. The Group A will come in Mondays to Thursdays, regular school hours. Group B will come in on Wednesdays and Thursdays. So let me repeat. Grade 6, Monday, Tuesday. Group A, Wednesday, Thursday. Group B. We will continue to upload work to the Google Classrooms so that those who are at home, they will work asynchronously. Now, the question was asked, couldn't the teachers, while teaching the ones at school, engage those who will be at home online? It is not possible because of bandwidth. Our internet will not be able to carry it. Last week, Monday, our teachers' parents, they came in to just, get acclimatized again to the classroom, and most of them were teaching from school. And also the new principal wanted to see his staff because he has not seen them much since September. So we came out on Monday, and parents, the internet fluctuate and it gave us trouble. So we are looking to upgrade again. That is another cost. So that is the proposal we have on the board if and when the ministry gives us the green light. So just before I take some questions here on reopening, when we get the green light, speaking it into being, it's not that come tomorrow, grade 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 coming in our grade 6. No, we are going to stagger it because we must ensure that the students are fully aware of what is expected to happen. So it will also be a staggering reopening. So we are not going to have grade 1 to 3 just coming in just like that. No, we are going to take the students in stages. All right? Do you understand that, parents? Now the floor is open, and I'll ask you to raise your hands if you have any suggestions or questions. The floor is now open, parents, for you to ask your questions about the reopening. So repeating myself, we are considering a shift system, grades 1 to 3, coming in the morning hours, in the afternoon, grades 4 and 5, grade 6 all day. The classes will be split in two, group A and group B. Group A comes Monday and Tuesday. Group B comes in Thursday, Wednesdays and Thursdays. Fridays, everybody go back online. And that is in summary. Any question, parents, you may ask now.
Yes, good evening. Miss Christie here. My son, are you hearing me?
Yes.
Okay, good evening. My child is in grade 2.
Mm-hmm.
How will you determine who goes in which group? Group A versus group B? And also, is it the children who are unwell or have underlying issues, those are the ones that would remain at home, or how will the selection be made?
All right, good question. The teachers will place the students in groups. Additionally, they will ensure that those who have siblings in the upper school, that we group them on the same shift. All right, so we are looking into that. We are going to know the siblings and the teachers will. For those who have underlying issues, they will have to work asynchronously, and when we have classes online for them, work will still be provided. No, miss, okay? No, we will not be asking parents to sign any indemnity letters. So you have seen that in the media? No, Excelsior Primary and Infant will not do that. We will adhere to the rules and regulation of the Disaster and Emergency Act posted by the government. All right. I'm seeing Roland O'Connor, Mr. President, hand. You can ask your
Mr.
question.
Holness, sir,
Yes.
before you move on, additionally, if my child does not have an underlying issue and I choose not to send him, that's also okay.
What are you going to do with him?
He would have online classes, I'm asking. And if that's also an option.
And so,
or is it that the child must attend school once he's able to? I'm asking.
And we
I don't have a
want,
problem with.
All right, so we would want the child to attend. Remember now, listen, we can't please everybody. And if the ministry says we are to open face-to-face, then the teachers will now be predominantly doing face-to-face classes. Online classes will take precedence on the Friday. However, we will still be using the Google platform, and work will be uploaded for the students. All right. Mr. O'Connor, you had a question? No. Jessica Barker, your turn to ask your question.
Yes, sir. Yes, Mr. Holness. Good evening, everyone. I'm a concerned parent, and I do understand. I listened to the last parent who was talking about that issue. Now, based on what I'm hearing and listening to, it is mandatory for the child to come in if they don't have an underlying ailment. But shouldn't it be a preference for the parent? Because if the parent is having a problem, he or she does not feel comfortable taking their child, to school. It should be the parent's decision, because at the end of the day, if the child is sick, Ministry of Health is not going to come in and say, okay, they'll take care of the hospital bill. You understand? Because I'm for one parent not comfortable 100%, but I do need her to come out. But in the case where I know Excelsior Primary and they do play, yes, indeed, cannot always keep them in board, but just until things die down, I would rather to keep my child at home.
Point well taken, Miss Barker. Parents, you have a choice. And as I said, we will ensure that work is uploaded in the Google Classroom so your child will be engaged. So you have a choice. All right, Ms. Barker? Okay, so we are not saying that you must send your child out. And how the problem is, Ms. Barker, is that interaction with the teacher now, it is going to be limited. However, work will be uploaded and we will see how best we can move on. Tahela Edwards, it's your time now to address.
Okay, thank you.
Mhm.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, Miss Edwards.
No, this is the mother. This is Miss Mackenzie.
Okay, Miss Mackenzie.
Nice to meet you, Principal.
Nice meeting you too.
My child has asthma. So I am really concerned.
Yes. And that's a real concern. And as I would have said to Miss Barker, it is now up to you, mother, to make a choice whether you're going to send your child out or not. However, I will repeat for the benefit of everybody that work will be uploaded, and on the Friday we will move online and there will be some amount of interaction. However, I don't want this to sound too harsh, but parents, COVID is here to stay, and we will have to address it our fears one way or another. I do understand, but this is the situation that we are faced with. Thank you, Miss
Mackenzie.
Edwards. Miss Walker, you are now going.
Edwards.
Sorry. Okay. Walker, your turn now.
Hi, good night, everyone. Well, my question is, if you choose not to send the child to school and they do the work online, will they mark present or absent?
No. The child is accounted for, so the child is present.
Whether they come to school or not.
Right, so the child is doing their work. Remember, one thing I can safely say about my teachers, they ensure that the books are marked. They ask you all to take in the books. They mark it. They return them. Okay, so once the child is engaged asynchronously, that means they are not having that live interaction like this. The child is accounted for, and we will not mark your child absent. All right, Ms. Walker?
Thank you.
No problem. Mr. Daniel Hacker, you may go. Not there. Patricia Myers.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Sir Principal.
Good evening.
Just want for you to clarify a little more for me with regards to the grade 6. My understanding, and you could correct me if I'm wrong, you're saying the group will split in 2. So the children who turns up Monday, Tuesday, who teach them Wednesday, Thursday?
They will be given work and they will work independently. Remember, they would have had their instructions on Monday, Tuesday.
Okay.
They will be given sufficient work to hold them. And on Friday, you regroup with your teacher.
Okay.
All right?
Okay.
So remember, they will have, when they come in on a Monday, let's say your child is in group A and coming on a Monday, they will have the entire day of instruction. Tuesday, the entire day. Wednesday, they stay home. Thursday, they stay home, and we get them back online.
Okay.
All right?
Clear.
No problem. Mrs. Riley, you may go. Not there.
My question, sir. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, sir. I have 2 children. Currently, one is in grade 1, the other is in grade 2. I know you had made mention of something where they would have put in place grouping the siblings.
Yes.
I couldn't hear you clearly because you were in and out. And secondly, as it relates to the children attending school, we are aware that some persons live very far, so transportation to and from the location might be an issue.
Yes.
I would love the grouping because it would be easier on me for me to do one pick up, one drop off. In addition to that, would they be having like an holding area for the children? Some parents might not necessarily be able to pick up on time, and that is one of the issue I was very much concerned about. And as we know, children do play. So for those parents who might not necessarily be able to pick up at the specified time, is there an holding area for the children? What would be the point?
You know, Miss Riley, you asked a very good question. The first question you asked about your 2 children. Yes, considerations will be given to siblings. We will ensure as best as possible to have them on the same shift. Now, as it relates to the holding area, we don't have a holding area to keep the kids until the parent comes. That is the challenge parents are going to be faced with. The holding area is just to facilitate the change over. Now, we need additional signage for the holding area. We need gravel for the holding area. We need tent for the holding area, right? We are not going to be able to keep the students on the plant when classes are over, because we have to adhere to the strict social distancing protocols. So parents, once classes end, you have to ensure that your child is being picked up. It is stressful on you, but that is something that parents will have to work out, because we don't have any way where to hold the child until the parent can come in. And I will stress it out, the holding area is just to facilitate the changeover. So when classes end for the 1 to 3, adhering to the social distances, the students move there, the other grades come in. And this is something that we have to adhere to. All right?
Okay, sir. Thank you very much.
You're most welcome.
In addition to that, what I would really hope for though is for the teachers to work with a timetable. Some people are a little more organized, and because of how hectic it is for personally with 2 children, it helps to give me more flexibility when I'm organized, having something to work with in terms of a proper timetable. And if there are any changes for the communication to be made early, that is just it for me. But I thank you very much. I see that you have a wonderful team working with, and I'm willing to lend my assistance in whatever way I can and give support. So all the best and keep us informed. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. Miss Riley, my number is 3150910. Can you please give me a call tomorrow?
Sir.
All right. As it relates to the timetable, all my teachers, they work with a timetable, and I will just I will speak to my team member, but I do know that we have our timetable and we adhere to it as best as possible. There are times when there may be some adjustments as we go along, because nothing is absolute. So we do work with a timetable, but I will check that out. But I know at times we may have to adjust as we go along. All right, Mr. President, I see a number of hands. Before I take the other hands, I just want to make some additional announcements. We have started giving out books for the grades 1 to 3. I really want to thank our Mrs. Campbell, who and our team, they have been distributing it with our members of our answer team. Parents have been coming in. The books are short. When we got the books last week, we immediately wrote to the ministry to inform them that books are short from last term. We have communicated it to them, and we have no control over that. But at least we have given out the books, and I know my teachers are using it. Parents, please ensure that your child or your ward guardians, please ensure that they do their work. All right. Question, Paula Warren, you may go now.
Yes, good evening, sir. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening, Ms. Warren.
My question was similar to the one that was before, because I'm not so privileged as some persons to work from home. I have to come to work. My child is dropped off at school normally and picked up by one of her parents. No, with the I think it's 7:30 to 11:30. That's what you said?
Yes, ma'am.
Right. I can't just get up and leave at 11:30 because I normally would pick up my children during my lunchtime. And as I said, there's no holding area. So is it that if we don't have that option, we keep them at home? Because normally school gives a little time to come, like say, all right, they give you half an hour to come and pick up. But you're saying that we have to take them from the grounds by the same time.
We don't have that privilege this time around, mommy, because we can't have the student running up and down. We don't have the space. It is something that I can go back to my team with if it's a case where we can identify a place and have parents volunteering their services to come in and monitor the students while adhering to strict social distancing protocol. Then I will look into that. I will hear what my team has to say. But for now, that's a tough one. Now, let me say this. Parents, we can call a meeting at any time within the next couple of weeks. Once we get a go ahead by the ministry, we will be calling meetings with the different grades to fine tune the plan. All right, Miss Price, you may go and ask your question now, and I'm going to ask you if your questions, parents, before you start, Miss Price. If I have answered your question already, just don't let us move on. So we can, make use of the time. My number is 3150910 for the parents who just asked. Stacy and Price.
Good night. My question, I'm not sure if it was answered already, but Principal, did you make mention of the infant department?
Yes, the infant department will be going full day because we have done some work in our auditorium to house the additional class. I want to take the time out. I don't know if Ms. Johnson has that photograph to my infant parents. I am soliciting. I know some parents don't want to ask this, don't want to hear this, but we need to do some additional work over there. We have a bill, Mr. O'Connor, of almost $50,000 for that tree that we must sort out because it becomes hazardous to our infant students, right?
Yeah, I'm arranging to have it done hopefully this weekend.
Right.
I'll be invited.
Thank you. And I'm asking my infant parents, I need 45 parents or 90 parents to donate $500 so we can get that tree up and running. You can come in and drop it off so we can pay the bill to have that tree. We don't want our infant students to come back in and to have it. I'm going to ask Ms. Johnson if she has the photograph just to share it with us. All right. Now, thank you, Miss Price. Gordon, you may go.
And if you get that, so you're saying if, sir?
Yes, Miss Price, you were saying something else?
Sir?
You were saying something else?
Yes, I'm saying if you are able to get that money. Yes. So if you're able to get that money in this week, or you say is a possibility exists that as soon as you get the go ahead, the infant department can open?
Yes. The infant will, a matter of fact, the infant will be doing some assessment. Once the ministry says, Mr. Holness, you may open. I'm going to meet with my team at school, fine tune, meet with my PTA exec members, meet with your parents, and we will ensure that as best as possible, we satisfy all persons. Not humanly possible, but I believe God is with us. Javier Gordon, over to you. Javier?
Good night, Principal. Question, when will it take effect? Going back
to school. So as I've said, Miss Gordon, we are now fully compliant with the MOH standards. We have now sent off the document to the Ministry of Education. They received it yesterday. We are now awaiting their words. So I can't say if it is a week.
Noted. Thank you.
What I'm pushing though, I'm pushing them because we want our grade 6 students to do, is it a mock exam, Mrs. Brady Jackson? And we need to see our grade 6 students. So I am on my education.
Yes, sir.
My grade 6 team members, they have been saying, Mr. Holness, they have been sticking me with the fork in the back. Sir, the grade 6. So we are on the Ministry of Health, on the Ministry of Education, to really, because my grade 6 students are not that the others are not important to us, but they are the ones who are leaving us soon, and we have to get them fully geared up. Andre Francis.
Yes, good evening, everyone.
Yes.
My question is this, sir. In terms of the online classes, I realize that at times we've been having some issues in terms of connectivity. What are the plans the school has for those issues, and also, as the ministry slated Excelsior in getting any of the tablets that they were supposed to give most of the school?
All right. So thank you for that question, Mr. Francis. As it relates to connectivity, we are going to have to, we have teachers who come in on a day-to-day basis who teach from school. As you would, just like how you are experiencing challenges sometime at home getting on, my colleagues, my teachers, they do have connectivity issues. And what they do, the moment they realize that they are not going to be online, they try to get some work into the Google Classroom, and then they pass on the information to us. If it is an extended period, they come into the school and work from the school. Now, a part of the the development, the fees that you pay, I don't want to say pay, that you contribute, it is really to develop the resources of the school. And we are going to write to the Ministry of Education to ask them for additional help to get additional bandwidth. As I would have mentioned earlier, a number of my colleagues came in on the 18th of January, and the connectivity wasn't good. So we are going to ask. Now, parents, if you know of anybody in the corporate Jamaica, get them to come on board. Tell me their names, and I'll gladly write the letter to seek help. Now, parents, the last, and I'm going to address it right here before I move to Kimani Williams. Parents, I am not here to stress you over paying your fees. It's a choice. Now, as I would have mentioned earlier, just to get us COVID compliant, in the last 2 weeks, we had to pay over, we had to find about $200,000 just for basic things that we had to do. The ministry gives us some help, thanks be to God, but it is never sufficient. And that is why we call on the parents. We have that tree by the infant to do. We have the holding area that we need to fix up. We have additional signage to put up in the school. We haven't marked the school as yet. We have it to do. And once we decide, once we get the go ahead, we are going to ask the parents to come and assist us in getting the signs up. We had to purchase just the hand sanitizing station. It cost us well over $500,000, right, parents? And it is you we have to ask for. Normally we would have fundraising, so that is out of the picture. So there are things that we are doing, parents, that you are not seeing, but it has to be done. Right now, the telephone lines are down. Right? The telephone lines are down, and we are trying assiduously to get Flow to come and rectify the issue. Just to, you say that parents, that reporting system that we have, that RenWeb, that we are able to just at the click of a button send a message out to you, get any information to you. We have to pay well over $250,000 just to subscribe to it. And that is the quality of what we are doing at Excelsior, and there's much more to come. So we have to get the place ready. We have to purchase additional sanitizers. We have the sanitizing machines to put up, the dispensers, all of these. So parents, when you hear we talk, it's not that we are pressuring you, but all we are saying, come out, give a little here, give a little there. It is your school. Now I see a question asked about lunch. All of those will be in place. Once we are given the go ahead, we are going to put systems in place to have lunch. But we are also going to encourage the parents to pack their lunches for the students, because we have to minimize the movement of students on the ground. And for those of you who have not been at the school, every turn you turn on the ground, there is a hand washing station. Every turn you turn. All right?
That's true.
Going to take Kimani Williams.
Mr. Principal,
Before I take Kimani, yes, Mr. O'Connor.
just to mention, because the person a while ago mentioned the whole issue of connectivity. Connectivity is not a school issue. The connectivity is a issue that we have all over Jamaica, and it's not a matter of the school. And if we were to have all of the teachers at the school, the bandwidth at the school cannot accommodate them. And that is something that we have to look at addressing, but is that we have to look at addressing with our providers. And presently, both providers are having the same issue of providing adequate bandwidth for this form of education. Remember, this is something that was just thrust upon us. It's not something that we were fully prepared for, and the country is not fully prepared for it right now.
All right. Thank you, Sir O'Connor. All right. I'm going to take the next 5 questions, and then I will wrap up, and then I will turn over to Mr. O'Connor. I'm seeing here 7:25. All right. Kimani, you may ask your question. Parents, for those who have questions to ask, I'm going to ask if we have answered your question, just don't bother. Just let someone else go. Kimani?
Yes, good evening, Mr. Holness and parents. A part of the question was answered regarding the infants, but I'm not getting a timeline. The timeline is based on something about a tree.
The tree? No, let me quick.
Dependent on the tree.
The time, the ministry, we are now COVID compliant by the Ministry of Health. We have to get that big satisfactory written on that paper, and we have to take it to the ministry. We have done that. So we are now waiting on the ministry to do what is called a risk assessment. Okay? Now, if, suppose, look, for example, in Mandeville, the cases are rising in Mandeville. So a decision is going to be made whether or not they are going to close the schools or keep them reopened. If when they look at the COVID figures and they realize that in the area that Excelsior Primary and Infant is operating from, there is a significant rise, then you know that there is a strong possibility that they may not allow us to open. So we have to wait on the Ministry of Education now. When that will be, yours truly don't know. What I can assure you, if they send me a message and say, Mr. Holness, you can go ahead and open your school. Immediately, I am going to meet with my team members. We are going to fine-tune the plan. Then we are going to call a meeting, not as big as this. We are going to call an infant meeting, a grade 1 meeting, a grade 2 meeting, a grade 3 meeting, a grade 4 meeting, a grade 5 meeting, a grade 6 meeting. Mr. Holness and his team will drink a whole heap of Malta, and we are going to come armed, and we are going to sit, we are going to work out the details with you, and then we will move forward.
Okay, and another question regarding the lunches. The teachers will be responsible for, because you're saying they're to try and pack the children's lunch. The teachers will be responsible for warming those lunches.
Mommy, no, we don't have the facility to warm. We will,
all
of these questions, they will have the opportunity to purchase food at the school. But I'm just saying that you will also have to make arrangement for lunch, right? So for example, my daughter will be going out on Friday to do exams at her school. That's a high school. And they tell us at St. Andrew High School for girls, pack uno lunch. So her mother already sorted out what she's going to prepare for lunch. Knowing the mother, she ain't going to pack anything that somebody else will have to touch. She's going to pack something that the child can go into her bag, sanitize her and go into her bag, take it out and eat it, because she don't want nobody touch her food due because of COVID. All right?
Okay.
All right. Thank you much. All right. Athaniel Reed, I believe I've answered your question. Renee Bogle. Narisha Brown.
Thank you, sir. Good. Renee Bogle.
Yes, quickly, because I don't want to bore my parents. The numbers are going down.
Are you hearing me?
Loudly.
Okay, so my question is, I have a daughter who is at the infant, and in the event that you will get the go ahead to open, and I have a son in grade 6, and he will be attending for 2 days.
281.
Is it possible that she can attend for only 2?
That would be your decision, mommy. That would be your decision. All right, Ms. Bogle, you will decide on that one.
For her to be facilitated.
Right. As I said, even when the child is at home, the child will have work to do. All right.
No, my question is, sir, she attends the infant department, and my son is in grade 6.
I understand your question.
So in the event that you understand?
I understand the question. You are asking if she can stay home.
Is there a possibility that she will be facilitated online for the other days?
All right, so mother, we won't be able to facilitate her individually online. You understand that, mother? I understand the question clearly, you know. So if the child stays home, the other 2 days your grade 6 child is staying home, work will be uploaded in the Google Classroom, but to facilitate her alone online, no, we can't do that. All right.
Thank you, sir.
I believe I have.
Sir, good night. Anthony Reed.
Yes.
I didn't.
Yes.
Ask.
Yes.
I'm making a statement. Good night, parents and teachers. Since PEP is a focus with exam, right? And I think 3 grade doing an exam also. Why can't those 2 grades be at school instead of the rest of the school?
All right, so mommy, we can't. Yes, PEP is very important, but
I've seen other schools do it, you know. That's why I'm asking.
Yes, but we have to understand also that while other schools are doing it, it may not necessarily be the best. And we are putting special we are putting things specially for our grade 6, but the other grades, those students need to be engaged face to face. So unless all the parents agree that okay, only them, but we have to facilitate everybody, but we give some amount of privilege to our grade 6.
Okay. Well, I think you can make that suggestion and see what the parents has to say about that.
All right, no problem.
Thank you. I like your response.
No problem, Miss Reed. Parents, we have created an email that once you have queries, once you have a special email, a new email, it will be posted in the chat. You can email us, and rest assured that we will facilitate a response. However, parents, I know there are other issues as I wrap up soon, that there are times when you have challenges with your teacher. Now, parents, there is a way in which we handle that. I'm going to ask that at the first instance, engage your classroom teacher, right? If there's a challenge, talk to them. And also remember that teachers like you, they are also heavily burdened. Because what you don't know in the parents, we have teachers with their baby in their lap while teaching your child. And they have to respond to that little one and be responding to your child's query, and it is overwhelming, right? So I'm asking you sometimes to show the understanding that you can show. Talk to the teachers. If and when there is the problem gets, should the problem get any worse, there is a team leader. You have Mrs. Walcott Johnson for the infant. You have Miss Turner for grade 1, Mrs. Turner, Mrs. Naismith for grade 2, Mrs. Reed for grade 3, Miss Campbell for grade 4, Miss Frey for grade 5, Mrs. Brady Jackson for grade 6. Now, you speak with them. If and when it needs to go further, then you can contact administration. You also have your PTA president. Now, Mr. President, a parent has reached out to me, and one of their queries is that the PTA body, the executive body, needs to be accessible, right? So we will have to ask our PTA exec to ensure that they have a fully functioning number that parents can reach them. And also we will, if not, we will have to create a special email address for our PTA body, so and parents can reach them. All right. Now it is a new PTA exec. Some of the members need, so parents going to get some time for persons to warm up into their various positions. All right. Now, parents, I am going to ask you as best as possible, work with us at the school, work with the teacher. You know, yesterday one of my teacher in grade 6 called me, and I will be tomorrow. I am going to take about 2 hours out of my day, and I'll be calling some students, personally parents. The students are sitting in the classes from grade 1 right up, and the teachers are calling after them. John Brown, Oliver Holness, Roland O'Connor, and the students turn off their cameras, and for the love of Jesus, the students will not respond. Parents, it is not all perfect. It will never be perfect, but we are giving the quality education that most schools not getting, right? On any given day, we are engaging at least 90% of our students. The other 10%, we have identified them. Tomorrow, the ministry will be coming to the school to meet with those parents and children who we are not seeing, and the teachers have submitted their names. We have submitted the names to the Ministry of Education, and the contacts have been made, and they'll be coming to the school at 2 o'clock to meet with the parents. We will, when COVID has somewhat subsided, we will have to go back to the drawing board, and we will have to do a lot of planning where makeup is concerned. So it may mean, parents, that you may have to, and I'm saying this cautiously, I've not spoken to my team members, this is just on top of my head. We may even have to look at an extensive summer program to get these students up and ready, right? And if we look at that, parents, it may be that we may ask you to help us to remunerate our colleagues, because this is outside. There are a number of things that we will have to do. When we look at the grade 1 diagnostic test, some of our students, not that they are not literate, but because they have been home so long, it's like the brain seizes up. So we will have to defreeze the brain, if you understand my word. We have to thaw it out. That is the word I'm looking for. Forgive me. Right? Parents, when you sit at home, don't let the child just go on the television and play a game. Let them read, let them try. And as a wrap-up, parents, this is a partnership. It is a partnership. Mr. Wholeness alone can't do it. You see, if me not have my teacher them, me I go flop. And I seen you putting in the chat where our teachers are doing an excellent job. There are times when we not do it like how you want us to do it in parents. But see with us, right? I see somebody else said the students are tired of online class. You are so right. They are tired of it. They want to go out. And I tell them, I say, any day school open back, good. I go and let them on the play field. See, and me I go put on my shorts and my little shirt and my shoes. And I go run up and down with them. Right? And parents, we are trying. You are trying. And parents, sometimes you have to lock up in your room and just put on the music and sing and dance and carry on. So you can you need to so parents, I hope I have addressed most of your concern. February 1, we are celebrating Black History Month, and we are putting together something, to engage. We will be having our regular General Assembly with our students starting hopefully next week. And we just want to work together as school. Excelsior is one of the best schools in Jamaica. And I said that without apology. And it is going to continue to be the best. And our parents are going to be the best. And our teachers are going to be the super best. And our administrative staff is going to be super best. And our ancillary staff, they are going to be super best. I think a teacher, Mr. Students, is our ancillary staff. They are out there giving out the books, waiting and can't. They just want to see us. So parents, thank you very much for engaging me. If it leave up to me, I'll talk for the entire night. But we have a time working with. I really thank you for listening to me. And as I said, the email has been created for you to send us your concern, but I'm asking you, talk with the teacher, meet with the teacher. God bless you all. Over to you, Sir President. Thank you, parents. If I answered your question, you give me a little clap, make me feel good.
Mr. Wholeness, before you go.
All right, Miss Blossom.
All right. My grandson is a student in grade 2, but he is a United States citizen. He's currently in the United States, but he's doing online classes.
Mommy, Miss Blossom. Take this number.
And discuss it outside.
3150910. You can call me right now if you want.
All right, no problem. All right.
3150910.
All right. But
Mr. Wholeness.
Yes, Miss Forrester.
Thank you for responding to me, and I know you're trying to wrap up very quickly. Just wanted to say that, when you had pointed out earlier that we had over 300 persons in the meeting this evening, and listening to everybody talk, I was very surprised to hear how many persons or parents were concerned about returning to the classroom. I thought a lot of persons would have been anxious to go back to school. But from the teacher side and the principal side, I know you are all very anxious to return to the classroom, because I know my teacher, for example, is doing a very good job, but I know she is very tired. But what I wanted to say to you is that I think that is going to be a bit of a hiccup when you have a certain amount of parents going back to school and you have a certain amount staying home, that children like consistency and that transition of what time school face-to-face begins and what time online classes start. There's going to be some chaos there. I was wondering if maybe you could run a survey through Google Forms maybe the IT teacher could just put together a few questions to get some feedback from us parents to get an idea as to just how many out of the 300 and odd children that you have will really honestly be going back face to face. Because I know for myself, I have learned through this COVID that it has truly taken a village to raise a child. So much so that when school resumes, the only way I'm getting my children back from their grandparents is if COVID is completely gone.
So thank you, Ms. Forrester. Yes, we will run a survey to find that out. I really appreciate your comments. And you mentioned that our teachers are tired. They are tired. All is what, 47? It's not 300 students we have. We have 1,005 students, right? So
I know it's a lot. I'm not sure how much. I know it's quite a lot. And Excelsior is an exceptional school. I must say that as well. And I'd also like to thank you for pointing out to us some of the expenses that are burdening the school, because in the first meeting you had, the first thing that came out in the meeting was that PTA contribution is required, but nobody had really told us why it would really be required in a time like this. And I think that may have contributed to your low collection this year. Once we have an appreciation for what the money is being spent on, you might see better returns.
Yes, and I appreciate that. We are doing a video to show all our stakeholders the needs that we have at the school. So for example, when you walk in some of the classrooms, I come in, Mr. O'Connor, when you walk into the classrooms, Ms. Forrester, the trees, they have created earth movement, and the tiling on the floor, it has broken up, right? And that becomes a hazard. We want to paint the entire school. So when the students come back into the school, they have a fresh look. You understand? They don't want to come back. So we are doing a little collection of all that needs to be done in addition to what I have mentioned, and we will be posting it on our website. I'm encouraging you parents to subscribe to our Twitter page, our Instagram page, our YouTube page. We are asking you not to, our Facebook page, we have a very good website. We are asking you not to put, don't ask your questions, the negativity there. We are all about positivity. And I can tell you, the team at Excelsior Primary and Infant, we are accessible. You have my number, you have our emails address, you have the teachers' numbers. So we are there. So Ms. Forrester, thank you very, very much. And we will continue to serve you, our valid parents. And lastly, we had about 31 of our teachers here. The teachers who are still here, thank you very much for sticking it out up to 7:46. Over to you, Mr. Frankie.
Thank you so much, Mr. Holness. Thank you so much for a very in-depth and detailed presentation. And we have to wrap soon because the numbers are declining rapidly, because I guess persons have heard what it is they came for already. So the numbers are declining steadily. Ms. Walker Johnson, are you there? Just if you have anything else to say on the infant department, short, not anything long. You have anything to say on the infant department?
No, Mr. O'Connor.
Okay, it was covered.
Yes.
Okay, so our little ones will be back soon, hopefully. Right. I want to say I really appreciate the fact that we were able to join in this forum this evening. I'm grateful for the opportunity. It's the first time serving you in this capacity.
Hello. Hi.
Hello? Yes, I am Roland O'Connor, and I was kind of ushered into this capacity, and one that I'm trying to make the best of. And I want us to work together as a team. And as part of that team, we want to ensure that each grade or each class have a class representative. A class representative that reports to and can communicate with the PTA body or the PTA executive, because we need that feedback in order for our planning. We need that feedback in order for our discussion. So I know that each class has their own WhatsApp group, and they might be moving to all sort of things like BIP or whatever now, but each one has one of those groups, and would want to know that each one of these groups have a designated class rep. We want those class reps to be connected to the PTA body in the sense that all of the necessary and pertinent information that needs to be communicated with the PTA executive is done so. So we want to ensure that those things are in place. So if you don't have those in place, we are asking you to try to put those in place in terms of the communication protocol so we can have those. We also, as an executive, want to ensure that we are reachable. And I realized that that was asked. An email address was given in the chat that we can be reached, and we'll be accessing those. And I also believe that on that email, once you go in, our contact information is there in numbers where we can be called, or WhatsApp or bipped, or whichever one of the ones you want.
Eagle. That's an eagle, mommy.
Mr. O'Connor?
Yes.
Excuse me, please.
Yes.
Read that email address, the mail at Excelsior.
Yes.
I tried just using it just now, and it's not working. It's not going through. I went to send something from my Yahoo, and it's not working. Secondly, I am hoping that this executive body will be reachable, user-friendly, or parent-friendly.
Is it the, are you saying that we were user friendly?
No. Yes, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Because I had an issue and I was not pleased with how the matter was dealt with. So I did what I needed to do otherwise. So I am willing to work with the body for the betterment of my child and the school. So going forward, I am expecting nothing less from the PTA body and the accessibility. So far, the email address is not working.
Well, we'll have that resolved. That can be addressed.
Miss McNaught.
It's great that somebody is this.
Can you give me a call, please, Miss McNaught?
No problem, Matt Norton. It's Matt Norton.
Sorry, yeah, give me a call.
Hi, Miss Christie.
This one. Let me just go back to my agenda.
Hello.
So let's keep one meeting here. Let's focus. We are coming towards a close. And I'm not even going to give a presidential address because we are heard most of what it is we are needed to have heard already. And I think we have covered the pertinent issues that needs to be addressed. I just want to ask if persons have just about 3 or so questions, if there are any other issues that we would want to have addressed or things that you did not hear clarified.
Sir, quick question. Good evening again. Not asking any question, I just wanted to make a statement. I would sincerely hope that the parents, I know it's very hard for some persons at this time, persons may have been out of a job or other financial constraint, but where possible persons can offer their assistance and just to give their contribution to the school, because it's for the betterment of not just their child, but for the school overall. Some persons, even though they have the ability to offer assistance, they choose not to. And I'm just imploring them just to please contribute, pay a contribution where possible, and try to help in helping the school to develop and for the betterment of the children overall. Please.
Yeah, I was gonna use that as the last wrap.
Yeah, but you see the thing about it, the good night. The thing about it is that you guys keep saying, make contribution. Given the situation that a child's birthday is coming up, a parent is gonna go to the extra mile to get a birthday party going and stuff like that. School fees is necessary. You understand me? Nobody don't need to be coming on here and saying it's for this, it's for that. School fee is necessary. You understand me? So I don't know why some parents refuse to make the payments.
Ms. Johnson, just
all right. Let me just, Mr. President, if
yes,
I may.
right.
All right. Parents, I am going to just step in right here. I don't want us to go into. Thank you, Ms. Johnson, for the endorsement, and Ms. Riley. I don't. We are going to work as a team, and as Ms. Forrester mentioned, parents just need more transparency, and once they see what we are doing, they will gladly do their part.
Principal Williams, I'm one who believes in the whole principle of moral suasion. It's not a matter of using a big stick and tell person, but it's outlining to persons why the needs that are there and why it is important. And let me just interject here, just for a little bit. Many persons may not understand why it is we use the term PTA contribution, because as a primary school, we are not sanctioned by the Ministry of Education to collect school fees, right? So we have a different name, we call it PTA contribution. And this is a voluntary contribution that was worked out by the PTA body and the student, and it covers various things in terms of insurance. It covers a part that goes towards a school. It covers a part that goes towards a building. So for instance, this big building that we want to finish and we can't finish, the PTA contribution is an integral part that goes towards that. So when we understand the need of what is there, then it gives us a greater impetus to want to contribute to it. But if we just listen to what the ministry is saying, that the schools is free, it's not really true. And there are other costs that the ministry does not factor in, and it has to come from somewhere. Back to you, Mr. Owens.
Yes, so I want us to move away from that. Thank you. You have done a good summary, so I will not say anything. All I'll say is, parents, you have seen the quality, you have seen our work,
result.
And we will address. As to the email will soon be up and running to the parents who have tried it. So we are having a little technical difficulty, but we will sort that out. All right.
Hi. Good evening, Mr. Hollis.
Yes, sir, Bailey. How are you?
I'm good, and good evening to the staff.
United fan?
Pardon me?
You're a Manchester United fan?
Yeah, man. I'm a German fan.
I never asked you for German. I'm
a German fan. That Manchester, German.
All right. Long the numbers are declining rapidly, right?
All right, but I want to throw something in because I am a bit concerned as it relates to how the teaching, how the distribution was done. And just for an idea, I was thinking, why not choose the teachers? You have all the grades, 1 to 6. Why not choose the teachers? And then select a group to teach in person, and select, split the group and select a group to teach online. In such a way, you would ensure that persons who are not able to come out, rather than just having information post online. And because the same teacher that teaches in the day will now have to be stretched to teach, to mark these stuff online. And I know that at some point they're going to be tired.
I'm not tired. I'm not following you, Mr. Bailey.
What I'm saying is that you have grade from basic school to 6th grade. Why not in any grade you choose all the teachers for a particular grade, and then you split them and you say, all right, you have a certain amount to offer face-to-face module, while you have a certain amount to offer online modules, so to ensure that you have a fair distribution of persons, because there are some persons who can't come out. You understand? So I'm just throwing that out. I don't know if that was considered.
All right, so I get your point. The parent who mentioned the survey, we are going to run the survey. From the survey, we will see what the parents are saying.
Yeah, man, because
so we will do the survey, and I'm going to see if the survey is going to show 400 wanting online and 400 wanting face-to-face, they split amongst the group, and then we can look into what you are saying.
Yeah,
But
because
in the interest of time, you can give me a call or you can come in and see me and share it, and then I'll discuss that with my team members.
All right, will do, sir.
Thank you very much, because we have to wrap in
All right, thanks.
about in a few minutes. Right. But I want to say thanks to you all. Thanks for taking the time out. It's, you know, there are so many other things that you could be doing this evening, but you've chosen to be here with us, and we are grateful for that opportunity. And I want to ask that move for the adjournment of the meeting. You can stay here and talk after, but we want to move for the adjournment. You know, you can raise your hand in the forum because it needs to be documented.
I move for the adjournment of the meeting.
And who are you?
Shantae.
Shantae Thomas. And seconded by?
Mrs. Walcott Johnson.
Mrs. Walcott Johnson. Okay, so we want it recorded for the meeting. So the meeting adjourned at, what is that time now? It looks like it's about 2 minutes to 8 o'clock?
A minute to 8.
A minute to 8. All right. Thanks so much, parents and teachers, for joining us in this meeting. We are grateful for the opportunity that we could share with you, and we look forward to meeting you again. The PTA meetings are normally scheduled for every other month, but if there are issues to be discussed, we'll have extraordinary meeting to address here. So thanks much and thanks much, Mr. Principal, and all of you for joining us here this evening. Do have a blessing.
Sir. And thank you for the job that you have done so far, sir.
I'm learning as I go along.
We'll get better with time.
Especially in this forum. I am more flexible in the other forum, in this forum. Right.
Thank you, parents.
Have a good night, all.
Good night, sir.
Hi, Miss Lodge.
Good night. Good night.
Good night.
Are you okay, Miss Lodge?
Good night.
Yes,
Good
I'm
night,
fine.
good night, everyone, and thank you.
Thank you very much.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night. Good night.